It was too much of my brain to make the card, and now I can't use words. Hello everybody, welcome to another Tarot Card Tuesday. My name is Julia Pasqua and welcome back to Lilith's Attic for card number 6. Today we have the Lovers card. So last week we had the card that was all about religion, which is what most wars are fought over, and today we have what most art is made about: lovers. Now before we get into this card, I was doing my research this week, wanted to get the explanation of what the card means, what the picture looks like, what card is or what design is mostly used to describe the lovers, and the very first sentence of the book I read is, sometimes the card looks like this, sometimes the card looks like this, and I was like, oh, there is a lot of undefined designs for the lovers. So unlike in previous weeks where we're going over like what is normally the design for the card, this one is apparently all over the board. So not only is the design kind of all the way up in the air, but the explanation in all the books I've read and all the research I've been doing is a little bit confusing. Lovers is a very broad topic. Love is the most, as I've said, discussed topic in the world to create art, to talk about, to live our life through. I mean, love is what we're on this planet for. So it's such a deep card. It has so many different meanings. Anyway, so I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which I have put in the description below, and this is how they depict the Lovers card. From what I can synopsize, the Lovers card has to do with balance. Breaking down the card here, we have the man on one side and the woman on the other side, balancing the masculine and feminine energy. We have the Tree of Life on one side and the Tree of Knowledge on the other side. We have an angel on top of them, which is showing protection and guidance for these lovers. And then we have the snake slithering around the tree, which provides temptation for the lovers. So this card is all about balance within the relationship, within the love. If you pull the Lovers card, it can be about relationship, can be about love, or it can be about something you're passionate about other than another human flesh and blood. I'm actually going to quote one of the books that I always have in the description below because I feel like this one sentence completely sums up the card better than I ever could in my own words. So, credit to the book. This card of cooperation, of working together with others to accomplish a joint purpose. So if you pull this card, it can mean that you're coming into a relationship, you're coming into some kind of mutual caring and trust. If you pull it about money, it can mean that you might be coming into money through marriage. If you pull it about work, it can mean that you might be having a romantic relationship starting where you work. If you pull it in reverse, it can mean that you're having disconnect from a loved one, you aren't feeling as compatible with the people you were with anymore. A financial relationship could be falling apart. It can also mean separation from a lover, whether this be distance, physically or emotionally, or even sometimes through death. So, not to get heavy there. Like we had the Emperor and the Empress earlier, I feel like the card we had last week and the one we had this week pair together really well too, because we had the masculine and the feminine energy with the Emperor and the Empress, and now we have the two most talked about fought over things in the world. We have religion and then we have lovers. So very chaotic pair together. So now it's time for me to dive in and make the card myself. And I will say that that is a challenge considering 90% of my own art is probably about love and lovers. So it's a topic that I focus on a lot. And I'm very interested to look in it from a perspective in my own way through this tarot card. Let's go do it. Now, as I've previously told you guys, I sit with this card and I think, 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 sometimes to the point where I almost drive myself a little bit crazy, but I don't stop thinking until I see this card clearly in my own design, in my own style, in my own understanding. The Lovers card, I was thinking about this balance and the duality of love, the good side and the bad side, the reverse of that card. And I want my lovers to be this dance between life and death, because love can make you feel so alive. It can make you feel more alive than anything else on this planet, and it can quickly make you wish you were dead, like that. But there's also a balance between life and death. It's this happiness and this sadness. It's this day and this night. There's an old legend or an old saying that says, life has been in love with death since the beginning of time. She always gives him gifts, and he never returns them. He holds on to them forever. So I think there's somewhat of a romance between life and death as well. Not only life and death of relationships, life and death of passions, how we have to have this dance of living without fear of dying to truly be alive. We must love without the fear of death, without the fear of losing it. We must love like we can be alive forever. So my lovers are doing the greatest dance throughout time, the dance between life and death. Didn't mean to get a little heavy there with this week's card, but it was a deep one. You know, some of these are more straightforward and in front of you, feminine energy, masculine energy. Some of them hit a little further into your heart, a little bit deeper, and this one definitely hit me hard this week. Every artist at some point, whether they're a poet or a playwright or a movie maker or a dancer, even people who just create little things in their life, we have all made something about love. So the Lover's card really makes sense to be recreated this much. First, I apologize for being so brain dead this week. This took a lot out of me, mentally, emotionally. I am trying to convey in my words as much as I put into this card. And there are still some details I'm sure I missed explaining to you guys, because sometimes my art explains itself better visually than I could ever in words. And I think that this is one of those this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like below, comment, subscribe. And remember, there is a link down below in the description box if you want to be alerted when these cards are ready for pre-order. I'm thinking about potentially making some prints of these cards as well. The response from a few of the other cards seems like people would like them individually as prints to hang on their wall. So if you are interested, comment below, let me know which one that you are interested in, and we'll start rolling out some prints. And remember, love without fear of death. Live like there is no end. Live a little, love a lot. Have a great week, you guys. Bye.